Bright QT. Every student matters.
Now a few questions that come to you. First question. These are two questions. They are very important and they will come probably with the same kind of language with different figures. Like you encounter in mathematics that the formula applied is same but the values are different. Let us see what exactly these questions say to you. First question is an electric oven or an electric geyser or any appliance, right? Rated. This is rated 2 kilowatts. Correct? It runs on 220 volt supply with a 5 ampere fuse. What result do you expect? Now, whenever you get this kind of question in which you are asked what result do you expect? What result do you expect? In such cases, students, please make sure whenever you are just doing this type of question, always you need to calculate the amount of current. Once you calculate the amount of current, then with this answer, we will compare the fuse that is being used in the circuit. Even though it is given to us that it is a 5 ampere fuse, but don't get confused. This is not the amount of current given to us. We are just being said that there is a fuse attached with maximum capacity of 5 amperes allowance. So I will try to calculate that running this 2 kilowatt this appliance at 220 volt, how much current is needed. If that current is below 5 ampere, then this fuse is going to hold. So that is cool. But if the amount of current needed is more, and if then I attach this electrical appliance with this 5 ampere fuse, this fuse is not going to hold, it will blow off. And that is what the examiner is asking, what result do you expect? Whether the fuse will hold or it will blow off. So let us see in this particular question how to relate it. In this question, what is given to me is an electric geyser rated 2 kilowatts. Kilowatts means power is being given to me 2 kilowatts. I'll convert it in watts, multiplying it with 1000. So I'll get the power 2000 watts. Runs on 220 volt supply line. 220 volt, that means potential difference is given to me. Right? Fine. What I need to calculate is the amount of current or I. Now I know the formula P is equal to V into I. From here I will calculate I to be P upon V. P is given to be 2000 watts and V is 220 volts. Approximate calculation is 9.2 amperes. Now the current required for this electrical geyser is 9.2 amperes, but I am given a fuse of 5 amperes. So obviously this electrical appliance will not work on this 5 ampere fuse, and if I try to do it, the fuse will blow off. Right? And what possible suggestion would we like to give to such a person using this appliance? Use a power rating fuse of 15 amperes. If we are using 15 ampere fuse and this rating requires 9.2 ampere fuse, it's comfortable using it. Right? This is the first type of question that you will get. Quite important question. Hope you have related it. Alright. The second type of question, let us see. In this second type of question, we will be said that in a 220 volt supply line, in a 220 volt supply line, how many 100 watt bulbs can be used at 5 ampere? Try to read the question. what exactly is given to us in the question is, we are given that the supply line is of 220 volts. That means potential difference is given to us, right? There is a bulb, the power rating of the bulb is 100 watts and the fuse being used or the amount of current allowed is 5 amperes. Now what exactly is the examiner asking is कि if we allow maximum 5 ampere of current at a 220 volt supply line, how many such bulbs, 100 watt bulbs, can be used? Got it? Now whenever we have how many bulbs in such type of questions, when we get this language, always we will assume that let the number of bulbs safely used be X. Let us say, because we don't know the number, so always it's let it be X. Now if the power of bulb, one bulb is 100 watts, then in that case now the total power of these 100 watt X bulbs will become 100 X watts. Simple, right? So now we have to calculate the value of X. Formula, we know that P is equal to V into I. The power we have seen is 100x watts. V is given to be 220 volts. I is given to be 5 amperes. Through this, I'll easily calculate the value of X. That comes out to be 220 into 5, taking 100 over here, cancelling it, 5 1 the 5 to the, and cancelling it, it comes out to be 11. So I can easily and comfortably use 1100 watt bulbs in this particular circuit, which has a fuse of 5 amperes and the potential difference supply line of 220 volts. Right? Now students, this answer is coming exact, but provided if you get 11.4, right, just a calculation, in that case we will just take the rounded off figure 11 bulbs, because we cannot take 0.4 bulbs, right? And even if it is 11.98, we cannot take 12. Why? Because we cannot round it off. Fine. As per this calculation, if our answer coming is 11.98, that case also I'll just write that 11 bulbs can be used, because the moment it becomes 11.99, right, the fuse requirement 5 ampere current, it will increase and the fuse will blow off. So please try to remember, in this particular question, of course we have a rounded off value 11, answer is quite simple. But in case if any question comes in which after calculating you get this kind of answer in decimals, you will remove the few further ahead decimal part, you will just take the normal rounded off figure in the lower side, these many bulbs, because the moment you get higher, the fuse will blow off. Got it? Fine. So these are the two questions that you will be facing in your exam related to this, and this is basically your electricity's magnetic effects. I hope you have understood it all. Thank you for watching. Please try to relate and practice, right?